Hello everybody, my name is Dratnos, and welcome to my weekly vault video. Wow, we've got some juiced up vaults this week. We're starting off with my main, which actually has, I think, the least slots, or tied for the least, of any of my 6 tanks, which are currently the 6 characters that I'm working on. I kind of want to play a little bit of, like, Rogue or something this expansion, but right now I'm trying to just gear up all my tanks so that potentially next tier I can play any of them, because I have played all 6 tanks in the past couple of years on Prague and may need to do so again. So that's my current priority set, and right now it's actually really fun and easy to play other characters, play multiple specs of them. Uh, Getting the gear is like the only barrier, which the process of getting the gear itself is fun. It's not like you have to do all this Torghast and pick one spec and pick the Covenant for it and stuff like that. So much better than last expansion for this. I've been doing a bunch of keys on a bunch of different characters. This character, though, is basically already full build. So all I did on it was I did 4 mythic bosses and 120. I have 3 slots in my vault, which is important because there's a lot of stuff I need to socket. So I need to make sure I'm getting at least 3 vault slots each week on this character so I can take a socket if there's not anything else good. And at this point, there isn't too much good that can be in here. Tier helmet, tier shoulders, Incarnate Sky Splitters, speed. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna take an Incarnate Sky Splitter with speed. Just in case I ever want to play Arms or Fury, this thing is really, really good. And that will really annoy the other 200 strength users in my raid. I opened his arms to try and reduce the chances of seeing tank trinkets, shields, and one-handers, because outside of the M plus row, all the shields and one-handers and raids are not upgrades for me, and there's a lot of them. So, and there's only like a couple of two-handers and arms trinkets, and some of the arms trinkets would even be interesting. But yeah, we'll take an Incarnate Sky Splitter. That's not a bad item. Now I've got one of those and a 415 if I want to play Fury, or I could just play arms with that. You know, maybe I'll play some arms at some point. I'm kind of full build for arms as well. So still looking for a helmet. Upgrade this Cask of the Walking Mountain into tier. I can find 415 and catalyze that this week. I could catalyze this 415 helmet and get a little bit of item level there. Also could get item level out of a shoulder spot by getting Broodkeeper drop. Also, I could get some better pants and catalyze those. And then, yeah, there's a few more minor upgrades like that available. Obviously, the fire ring from Aranog would be good. Sticking a socket in my Broodkeeper ring, in my Frostfire belt, would be good. M plus one-hander, be a slight upgrade to Primal Molten Longsword, the Nocked trinket, or Nocked weapon. So maybe I'm going to start opening in Prot loot spec now, because I would eventually like to get one of those, I guess. But yeah, besides that, I mean, the character's pretty much full build. We're starting to look at crafting off of this and putting on other bracers, putting on a Lariat instead of this Chain of Scorched Bones. My final 2 will be a Lariat and a Frostfire Belt, and, you know, getting a 421 Shoulders from M Plus Vault or something, 421 Gloves from Dathia or M Plus Vault something. I don't know. Couple of, like, small 3 item level upgrades, and only really the helmet and the shoulders are more than 3 item levels available. So yeah, this thing's full build. Pretty cool to get a nice little arms weapon out of it, though. Monk is up next. My Monk is also got a Mythic Raid spot in the vault. And I think I might have 3 M plus spots in this thing. I did a lot of keys last week because I'm, you know, farming that crafting upgrade piece. I made a 418 Lariat. And what else did I make at 418? Maybe I didn't make anything else at 418. Oh, I have my infusion. I haven't spent it yet, because I think I might spend it on a one-hander. Because two-handers, I kind of want to use 2 one-handers, but that's really annoying. So we'll see what we got here. Okay, chest we can ignore. Downgrade. Ruby Whelp Shell 418. I don't think that's particularly good for either Monk spec. 421 Crit Mastery Cloak. Kind of exciting. And a 421 Bottle of Spiraling Winds. I don't know if that is good. It's a haste trinket. I believe that means it's probably not good. Haste is not usually a good stat for either brew or wind. So I think it's probably a wind-soaked drape for me. And then I also get to catalyze these shoulders this week, and then I could upgrade pants, gloves. Helmet could be a flaring cowl as well. And, yeah. Kind of off to the races here. Let me just quickly make sure that nobody's using this bottle of Spiraling Winds. So here's how we do that. Pop open mplus.subcreation.net. Click on Brewmaster. Click on Windwalker. Click on raid.subcreation.net. Click on Brewmaster. Click on Windwalker. Then we go trinkets, 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 trinkets. Okay. Basically, nobody's using it as a Brewmaster in Raid. Seeing a little bit of play. Oh, no, that's Stormeater's Boon. Okay, yeah, that's a different, very similar looking trinket. And seeing play in Windwalker Raid. Yeah, nobody is using this thing. Now, it's possible. Yeah, it's very unlikely that it's good there. I think that the fact that plus my instinct that a haste trinket is not very exciting. Ruby Whelpshell proc trinket also not very exciting generally on a spec like Brew or Wind. So yeah, we go with Wind Soaked Drake. I think also it's hard to find high item level cloaks because they only drop from the low item level bosses in the raid. So that's pretty valuable. Stick that on. I gotta enchant that, but I'll do that later. We gotta keep the video as full of content as humanly possible. All right. Up next, we have got... I actually forget which character I just clicked on. So we'll see once the loading screen finishes. Okay, it's Paladin. Paladin is what we got. That's really good. So my Paladin has... I snuck my Paladin into Mythic Raid as well this week. So it's got 2 Mythic Raid spots. What I would actually really like to see is Aranog Shield. That would make my tanking life a lot easier. So I'm going to open his Prot Loot spec to try and see that. It would be unfortunate if we saw Primal Council one-hander. Okay, 415 Shoulders. I can catalyze those. 408 Chest Piece. I don't need that. I already have that. Leech Necklace. I actually already have a Leech Necklace as well. So I don't really need that even for healing. Ah, Crit Mastery Avoidance 421 Shoulders, you say? Okay. That's looking pretty compelling. 421 Ring as well is nice, but I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to select the Virtuous Silver Pauldrons. I do only have 3-piece on this character, which is, it means that, like... Well, actually, yeah, it means that this just gives me 4-piece straight up, which is already really good. And then I also have another Catalyst charge this week, so if I get a better... I guess it would be a better chest piece. I could catalyze... I can, like, catalyze and upgrade this chest piece or something this week. But yeah, there's 4-piece now on my Paladin off of... Wow, I got some tertiaries brewing on this character, too. I got some really good tier on this thing. Okay. Oh, I wonder which keys I've been... We'll take a look at what keys I've gotten at the end as well, because I have a add-on that tracks that. So we'll see how that all works out. All right. Up next, we got, I also forget which character I clicked on here. Probably my DH? Yeah, it was my DH, I think. Okay, yeah. Illidrat, famed slayer of Razgeth. Formerly known as Trashmaster Illidrat, but I did upgrade out of my... Oh, I even deleted it. I upgraded out of my Trashmaster's cloak last week to a Primal Storm's cloak, and then to a Ruby Life Pool's cloak. So this character also has a 418 lariat. Now, I only have a 386 weapon. I should have upgraded my weapon. I didn't realize this was a crafted weapon, actually, when I was doing my upgrade. I should have upgraded this instead of my lariat. But either way, it'll be fine. We are looking to see a Warglaive out of this vault, I believe is my best option. Any kind of cool weapon would be really nice. Failing that, there's a lot of slots, though, that we can get some good item level upgrades in. Now, Raid Finder, I can explain the Raid Finder, okay? I did 2 LFR bosses so that I would have 3 vault slots and finish that LFR Razageth quest, which is actually, that's pretty tough, but I brought a couple of gamers with me to make that a little bit easier. Now, this is set bonus, and it's a faster set bonus than taking another slot, but because I have 2 charges of the Catalyst this week, pretty sure I should just grab these gloves, because it's high item level. Then slap them in the creation or in the revival catalyst and get tier gloves that way. Because gloves are one of the set pieces, right? Yeah, they are. All right, so we grab the Ruby Contestants gloves. We stick them in the Revival Catalyst. And then I do need to... I guess I catalyze my helmet as well. Although I think helmet... Yeah. I guess that's probably fine, right? Catalyze gloves, catalyze helmet. Because I don't really want to catalyze any of my other tier pieces, and that would make 2-piece for me at least. I don't know if I'm supposed to eventually get rid of this thing for Flaring Cowl, but I think even if I am, in theory, supposed to do that, in practice, it's going to be a very long time before that is worth, and by the time that comes around, I will have enough catalyst charges to be able to do it anyways, so I don't need to worry about, like, accidentally burning a charge on the helmet that I'll need later. I'm pretty sure I won't need that charge until much later. Okay, DK. Now, my DK, I've actually been tanking some keys on. My DH, I mostly just DPS keys. I'll probably start tanking keys on it this week. It's probably strong enough to do that somewhat safely now, but my DK... Actually, it's more fun to tank keys on a DK when your DK is undergeared. That's actually when the spec is the most fun. And this character, even though I've done quite a few keys on it, I've gotten pretty unlucky with gear. I still got a bunch of 372, 379 stuff on, so hoping to see an upgrade to that. Loot spec is currently unholy because I don't really want a tank trinket. Would like a two-hander though. That would be ideal. Let's see what we got in the oven here. Okay. Again, Raid Finder, I was doing this for the Infusion, for the Kill Raszageth quest. We've got a Haste Mastery necklace. That's probably good for Unholy. We have an Inferno breastplate. That's a nice chest piece, but I think I'm supposed to just take these shoulders. That seems like a pretty easy 50 item level upgrade there. And then we have the Catalyst available, so I can make 2-piece for myself this week. And I can make 2-piece off of, like, my chest piece and my shoulders, and feel pretty good about that, so it's all starting to come together. That's a lot of item levels in a very high budget slot, so that's a big power spike for the Deadnose. Starting to look for a weapon soon would be good. I can upgrade this thing, but upgrading two-handers is really expensive, so I'd really like to find a base 405 at least before upgrading it. Maybe I'll try and sneak this thing into Raid as well and collect like a Primal Council two-hander out of Mythic difficulty. Problem is there's actually so many good upgrades for me from Primal Council and Aranog across my account that I have to sort of pick which character I want to try and rat my way into them on. Also, I need to make sure it's not something that would wipe the raid. Okay, here is Dratmoose, my last character that we'll be seeing today. Actually tanked a 20 Jade Serpent last week. Didn't die on the last shop hack as well as a 395 bear, which I'm pretty happy about that. It went really well. We'll see what we've got out of this vault. Loot spec is currently Feral. I think I'm going to go Guardian loot spec. Actually would kind of like a big Granite's Enduring Scale. I don't know if that trinket is good on Guardian, but it feels like it's something I want. Something I feel like I want right now, so we'll see. Okay, we don't actually see a tank trinket anyways. There's a Spiteful Storm. There's a slight temporary upgrade to shoulder, or to weapon. There's a medium-sized heroic cloak, but I think I'm supposed to be looking at this 421 chest piece. That seems ideal in terms of item levels. I mean, like, there are some things that might represent better medium-term upgrade, or better short-term upgrades, but medium and long-term, I'm pretty sure I'll be much happier if I've just taken this 421 Mythic chest piece. Mythic, like, getting chest pieces at 421, you have to be able to kill... Actually, I don't even know where the other leather chest piece in the raid drops from. I know the plate one drops from Dathia. Let's see where leather drops from. Aranog. Yeah, so I'd literally have to kill Kurog, Mythic, to have a chance at a tier token that would get me 421 chest, or I'd have to take it out of my vault like I just did. And taking it out of my vault like I just did seems like by far the best way to do this. So, yeah, that's a big upgrade for the Moose. The Moose is now also at full 5-piece. 5-piece is really good because now I get to drop I get to drop any spot and put in a better item, which I believe I actually have. My helmet is 411, but I have a 415 helmet that I can swap onto, so I will make that swap now to go back down to just 4-piece, and then I can use the Catalyst as well at some point. Maybe I'll even just catalyze this thing, depending on what drops for me this week. And yeah, so that's another 4-piece character. So I'm basically 4-piece on everything except for my DH and DK, which I can catalyze to 2-piece right now. But the other 4 characters are all 4-piece. And let's do a quick item level check. 396, 419, 408, 404, 396, 397. So we kind of got 3 good characters with 4-piece, 2 medium bad characters with 2-piece, and then 1 character that's kind of bad but has 4-piece inexplicably. So it's largely normal raid items. I just went to a normal raid and I got a lot of tier pieces out of it, so that actually worked out pretty well for getting set bonus. But yeah, okay. Also, quick little key inspection. Halls of Valor, Nokud, Ruby Life Pools, Azure Vault, Ruby Life Pools, Algathar Academy. Now, I've been told there's Shadow Moon Burial Grounds and Court of Stars that you could get out of your weekly vault, but I've never seen it myself, so this is just some further evidence that those keystones don't exist for me when I'm opening my vault. Very sad to see there, but we'll make it work. I'm sure some people need these keys for... Actually, I need these keys for score on a lot of these characters so that I can start upgrading my stupid Valor gear, so yeah. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope your vaults were as good as mine. It looks like I took 6 upgrades out of the 6 vaults, so can't complain about that. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.